President Ramnath Kovind praises contribution of Gujarat's people and leaders in maiden address to State Assembly. Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia reaffirms commitment to make India tuberculosis free by 2025. Senior BJP leader Thokcham Satyabrata unanimously elected as Speaker of 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly. Chief Ministers of Northeast extend wishes on 187th Raising Day of Assam Rifles. And Sikkim National People's Party merges with Sikkim Krantikari Morcha. Chief Minister Tamang welcomed new members. Good evening and welcome to the Northeast News. This is Joshna Borua with the news in detail. In national news first, President Ramnath Kovind addressed the Gujarat Assembly and praised the contribution of people and leaders of the state towards the country's development. It was the first address to the State Assembly by any president, and the event was a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, celebrating 75 years of India's independence. President Kovind said Gujarat remains progressive in the field of spirituality, culture and economics apart from politics, and is marching forward by achieving a new height of progress after its foundation in 1960. Earlier in the morning, President Kovind was welcomed by Governor of Gujarat and Chief Minister along with other dignitaries at Ahmedabad Airport.
हंसाबेन मेहता ने संयुक्त राष्ट्र संघ के यूनिवर्सल डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट्स के प्रावधानों में महिलाओं को पुरुषों के समकक्ष स्थान दिलाने का ऐतिहासिक कार्य किया.
In more national news, amidst Ukraine crisis, India today asserted that its foreign policies are guided by its own thinking, views and interest. New Delhi once again called for immediate cessation of violence, adding there is no other way than to return to dialogue and diplomacy to resolve the crisis. This was stated by External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar while replying to supplementaries in the Rajya Sabha during the question hour today. The minister said New Delhi is in touch with the leadership of Ukraine and Russia, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken to the presidents of both the countries. On the oil trade with Russia, Dr. Jaishankar said the government is examining various aspects, including payments due to the emerging challenges with regard to dealing with Russia.
The decisions are made in Indian national interest, and we are guided by our thinking, our views, our interests. So there's no question of linking the Ukraine situation to issues of trade. Where our own position on Ukraine is concerned, it is very clear, sir. It is based on 6 principles.
Moving on, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia has reaffirmed government's commitment to make India tuberculosis free by 2025 by ensuring access to quality healthcare and advanced treatment. He called for public participation in eliminating the evil of tuberculosis from the country. He said collective efforts of the people will play a key role in eliminating TB much before the Sustainable Development Goal of 2030. Mandavia said this while inaugurating the Step Up to End TB World TB Day Summit at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi today.
क्यों सोसाइटी के रूप में, समाज के रूप में, समाज में चुने हुए जनप्रतिनिधि ये अपना कर्तव्य ऐसा मान करके काम करें. समाज में एनजीओ है अपना.
Time now for a short commercial break. More stories to follow. Stay tuned.
डेजर्ट आ गया पर हमारी चैंपियन नहीं आई अब तक.
बिल भरने के पहले तो आएगी ना.
सो गर्ल्स क्या हो रहा है? बिल हो रहा है. चल अपना कार्ड दे. पिन दे.
आरबीआई कहता है अपना पिन, ओटीपी, सीवीवी या इंटरनेट बैंकिंग पासवर्ड किसी को ना दे. ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग सिर्फ अपने ही कंप्यूटर, मोबाइल और सिक्योर नेटवर्क से करें. हाँ, ये खाने की चैंपियनशिप थी क्या? आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए.
Welcome back. Moving on to Northeast now, in Manipur, senior BJP leader and MLA of Yaishkul Assembly constituency, Thokcham Satyabrata, has been elected unanimously as the Speaker of 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly today. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, an opposition leader, gave congratulatory speech in the House. It may be mentioned that Satyabrata was the Minister of Revenue and CAF and PD in the last BJP-led coalition state government. Meanwhile, the three-day-long session of 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly began today with the address of Governor L.A. Ganeshan. The one-hour-long governor's address highlighted the achievements made by the BJP-led state government in the last 5 years. The 11th session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly was adjourned sine die today by the Nagaland Legislative Assembly Speaker, Sheringain Longkumer. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio laid the annual administrative report 2021-22 for the various departments. A general discussion on the budget for the year 22-23 was initiated by Minister for Planning, Land and Coordination, Neba Krono, where members highlighted and deliberated for means of good impact for the state and the people. Chief Minister Rio, who is also the Minister in charge of Finance, gave the concluding remarks on the discussion. The House also passed various government bills and amendments. Today is the 187th Raising Day of the Assam Rifles, the oldest paramilitary force of the country. On the occasion, the Chief Ministers of Assam, Manipur, Tripura and Arunachal Pradesh took to Twitter and extended best wishes to all ranks of Assam Rifles and their families. They said the Sentinels of the Northeast has a rich history of valor and courage, guarding the borders as well as securing internal peace since several decades. Time now for another short break. More stories to follow. Stay tuned.
Got it.
सोचिए अगर असल जिंदगी में ऐसी हालत हो तो कितनी मुश्किलें होती हैं, लेकिन शुक्र है बैंकिंग के लिए नहीं। अगर आपकी उम्र 70 साल से अधिक हो या आप दिव्यांग हो तो बैंक आपको कुछ जरूरी बैंकिंग सुविधाएं घर बैठे-बैठे दे सकता है। आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
In Sikkim, Sikkim National People's Party SNPP merged with the Sikkim Krantikari Morcha Party SKM in a function held at Samman Bhavan on Wednesday. Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang handed over a letter of acceptance to the president of SNPP, D. Namgyal Barfungpa, in the event where nearly 300 persons from SNPP became a part of SKM party. During the occasion, Chief Minister Tamang urged the new members to sincerely abide by the party's principles and collectively work to benefit the masses of the state. The Meghalaya State Skills Development Society on Wednesday inaugurated the MSSDS Haat Bazaar at the premises of the State Central Library in Shillong. The Chief Secretary R.V. Suchiang was the chief guest of the program. Speaking on the occasion, Suchiang quoted Prime Minister Narendra Modi's statement that skill development is the need for the nation and it is a foundation for Atmanirbhar Bharat. She lauded the efforts of MSSDS for organizing the Haat Bazaar, a platform for entrepreneurs to showcase their products. She also referred to the recently launched program Skills Meghalaya under the Skills India, a scheme that aims to build startups.
The government is committed to improving the employability of the youths of Meghalaya, and that's why we've recently launched something called the Skills Meghalaya. We have Skills India and we have Skills Meghalaya.
Mizoram Chief Minister Zoramthanga and Information and Public Relations Minister Laruat Kima graced the Golden Jubilee celebration of Mizoram Journalist Association in Aizawl. The Mizoram Journalist Association, an umbrella body of all journalists in the state, turned 50. The meeting of the Coordination Committee of the association earlier decided to celebrate the Golden Jubilee by erecting stones and light lamps by the general headquarters and district branches to mark the occasion. It may be mentioned that MJA was established on 23rd March 1972 and its founding president was Lal Thanhawala, a former chief minister of the state. Nearly 200 journalists have been registered under MJA till date. In a unique gesture, 44 Assam Rifles under the aegis of Headquarters 22 Sector AR IGAR East inaugurated a Wall of Fame at Tamenglong in Manipur honouring the battalion Veer Naris. A Wall of Fame recognizing the will, grit and commitment of brave women like Rani Gaidinlu was constructed by the battalion. The inauguration was done by one of the Veer Naris. On this occasion, a plant in the courtyard of the Shakti Stambh was planted, signifying the selfless dedication of Assam Rifles towards the Veer Naris. For more updates, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. To end the news, the main points once again. President Ramnath Kovind praises contribution of Gujarat's people and leaders in maiden address to State Assembly. Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia reaffirms commitment to make India tuberculosis free by 2025. Senior BJP leader Thokcham Satyabrata unanimously elected as Speaker of 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly. Chief Ministers of Northeast extend wishes on 187th Raising Day of the Assam Rifles. And Sikkim National People's Party merges with Sikkim Krantikari Morcha. Chief Minister Tamang welcomed new members. And that's all in this bulletin. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.